Yeah.
All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry, and with me, I got my boy, them Walter and Sam. Sam, you got any West Indies short, so you mean business today. we make 140 and we get ball out yet. Is it time for celebration?
Hey, why do we
This
celebrate
is
it?
what we've come to.
I
We
know, right?
celebrate. Hey, I feel like like when Afghanistan and Bangladesh and them team they now start play Test cricket.
Yeah,
That's how we feel right
yeah,
now.
this is how we feeling right now. Them man struggling for make 140, 150. They add 200, you know? Anyways, fellas, second day's play last night. Um, Not too much to write home about with regards to the bowling. We ended up with 5 wickets. India rattled up 518. But when we started, it was kind of a tough, or I should say, an unfortunate start that John Campbell had. And as you said earlier, Walter, when it's not going for you, it's not going for you. All kinds of things happen. But with that being said, I thought it was a pretty positive partnership between Tejaran Chandapal and Alec Atenes to the point where I thought they missed the trick, right? They missed the trick at critical moments, and both of them lost their wickets. One being too positive, one not being positive enough, right? Not being positive enough, that was Tejaran Chandapal. One being overly positive, that was Alec Atenes, and they sacrificed their wickets. Thoughts, Sammy?
Well, I didn't see West Indies bat, right?
Oh,
I
you didn't see
just
their bat?
no. I
Okay.
remember I just watch normally I would watch the first session
Yeah.
and then I would go to bed. I don't do the overnight thing.
Okay.
But I just looking at the scorecard and your comments, I haven't listened to any commentary. I haven't listened to any review of the day just yet, right? So
Okay.
this is just my thoughts based on your comments and what I see on the scorecard. Um, I'm happy this morning, and when I say happy, happy is always got to be relative,
Yeah.
right? No West Indian fan who's been following cricket for the last 30 odd years is overall happy with where West Indies cricket is.
Yeah.
But these small victories, you just take them session by session, not even day by day, session by
Yeah.
session. That's how I take it, right? And so to wake up and to look at the scorecard 140 for four, I'm in a good place. I can walk around, Kingston with my shirt on and hold my head up a little bit, more this morning. You see? So I wished Alec Atenes would have gotten to 50 because right now we're looking for somebody to just break that 50 mark.
Yeah.
As ridiculous as it may sound, getting somebody to 50
Yeah.
is a big deal for us. But Tage on 34, strike rate of 50, four fours and a six on this track. You know,
Yeah.
it's the minimum I think we can ask for. John Campbell, I read how he got out. Didn't see it, but just reading it and your comments, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's why in the last episode I mentioned when a team does badly like the West Indies is doing, it's never just one thing,
No.
right? It's a combination. It's like everything going bad, right? You know. Um. So, but yeah, I'm happy this morning.
Walter, you didn't get to watch the day's play, but you woke up and you saw the score. Were you a bit surprised either way? Were you expecting West Indies to be batting a second time?
I think we were all fearing that one.
I am happy, and I watched the highlights
Yeah.
after, and I saw how John Campbell got out. That was unlucky. As I said, when it's not going, that is why when you get a chance to make runs, you gotta make runs, and he had chances against the Australians. So yes, but yes, I'm happy. I'm just Sammy. I'm okay with the 140, but I'm greedy. I would prefer 140 for two,
Yeah.
right? or even
Yeah.
at this point 140 for one, or 160 for one. Why am I saying so? Because if Chandra Paul and Athanaze that were still there, I think we would have gotten a little more runs because they would have been in a little more.
Yeah, yeah.
And as you said, Kevin, Chandra Paul, he was how he out. You could see that he was tentative, and that comes from not playing a lot of cricket, and that goes back to the board. And I'm saying this, and it's the same thing with Athanaze. Yes, he was dropped, but where did he go and work on his game, right? Our friend in our group, our friends group, showed us what India has, that world-class facility with that stimulates the various pitch conditions. You get proper place to sleep. We don't have to have all of that. But I think when we're not having a proper first class season, we need to have at least one island where the first division tournament is on par, as decent, where we have players coming in. I don't know how that will happen, and it's prolonged, because
Mhm.
what I'm seeing with how the Athenaeus, and we can go to the atrocious cap chase out just now, but with um Chandra Paul and Athenaeus, is lack of playing high class cricket a cricket at a decent level for prolonged periods.
Yeah.
It's just that you can, and it's clear there, because one is too slow, one goes ultra hard most of the time.
You know, I was watching the two of them because, first of all, when we started batting, I fell asleep for a little bit. Right.
Hmm.
I don't have a TV in my room. Right. So I had to convince the wife last night to put the TV in the room. Right. It was I had to sell. I had to go into salesman mode. Right. Anyway, I got the TV in the room. I watched India. I was in and out because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just let this, run on because I know we're not going to bowl them out. When I woke up back, they had just declared, and perfect, cool. I'm up, I'm ready now. And I'm watching John Campbell, and he looked like he knew what he was about. He looked more comfortable, and it was very, very unfortunate because he had just struck a boundary, right?
Yeah, yeah. Nice shot down the
Yeah,
ground. Nice push down the ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was very unfortunate to see that, and as you mentioned earlier, Walter, when it's not going for you, it's not going for you. All kinds of things happen, right? You find creative ways of getting out. But watching Chandapal and Athanaeus, for the most part, they weren't trouble. They seemed like we set it, right? So when I saw the manner in which they got out, I was disappointed because for two reasons. When you get to those scores, that says, okay, you understand the conditions, you're in, it's time to push on, right? You got to make it count. It's better than a start. You have to make that count. So when I saw the tentative just push from Chandapala, I was like, come on, man. You've been navigating this. It wasn't a dangerous delivery. There was no devil in it, right?
Kevin,
Mm,
I'll jump on what you just said. I've been watching West Indies cricket from since we've been watching since we were kids, but let's start within the last 10, 15 years. And again, I don't understand how they think we don't see these, or people see it and they just talk and they do nothing. Our batsmen for the last 20, 25 years, a lot of times, except when you meet up in Tamil Litorano and he molding magic and something we see, and when a gentleman just came out, Kevlin Anderson against Stark, which is gaps, and he was clearly at sea.
yeah.
And if you play somebody like Rajendra Chandrika, I'd always pick on him anyway, because I think you could bat better than him, Kevin. Anyway, but I'm saying, right, my point is that a lot of West Indian batsmen do not are hardly ever out by good bowling. A lot of times we throw our wickets away because of our temperament, because we refuse to read the game, understand conditions, understand where we are, stick it out, have this focus, and listen to me. The Charger syndrome. You're not getting me out until thy kingdom come.
Yeah.
And I think, and funny enough, we could carry this back way back to Carl Hupino because he said it. So that it's something, and that's why we've been calling, and you've said we need. It's not just about batting; it's psychological as well, fellas. What do y'all think?
I tell you what, the shot that Atenes played tells me, or tells us, or I should say, reinforces the narrative that we are playing too much white ball cricket. It was a white ball shot. It was a hack across the line. The man at sharp mid wicket had nothing much to do. He didn't move a muscle. And he just stood there and just pouched it.
Can I push back against that?
Sure.
Who plays more white ball cricket than the Indians?
Yeah, but you got to understand, Walter.
Mm-hmm. Ask it.
I don't think anybody does, right? But you have to understand, these men are still finding time to play red ball cricket. They're even if they're not playing their Ranji Trophy, they're involved in red ball cricket around the world. You understand me? Shubman Gill, KL Rahul, Sai Sudarshan, Nitish Kumar Reddy, all these guys just played for India A against Australia A. Who did we play? You understand me? Who did we play? We didn't play anything. The last red ball cricket was against Australia, right? The Atenes was even dropped by St. Kitts, the Patriots in the CPL, right? So what kind of cricket has he played lately? Now, for the time that he was there, he was very positive. Very, very positive. I loved watching it. And I was like, you got to go on here. I was laying there just willing him on. You got to go on. You got to go on. And then that mad hack. He was playing down the ground, straight back down the ground well. Why did you go from going down the ground to going across? Why?
So, Kevin, like I said, I just watched 2 hours of the game. So I only saw India bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm reading here about Atenes on Cricinfo. For every wicket, they'll explain what happened, right?
You get a blurb.
So, foot outside, front foot outside leg, right? And sweeping across and got caught at mid wicket.
Yeah.
And as I'm reading that, again, I didn't see anything. I'm thinking, play the percentages, go straight down the ground, right? So
I said that as I'm watching it. I said, play percentages, buddy.
So I didn't even know that he was actually doing that and got some runs on. But in my head, it's like you do that, You play across the line of the ball. 50% of the time, some bad thing is likely to happen, right? And sometimes it could be, you get a little bit unlucky. Sometimes it works for you.
Yeah.
But sometimes, there's a greater chance of you getting unlucky.
It's not there's not a time for that, fellas. And one of the things, listen to me, I love watching the KL Rahuls and the Jaiswals and the Shubman and them back because of how the way they play. Listen to me, the greatest Indian batsman in the last 20 years is Virat Kohli. And he plays in the V.
Exactly.
He plays what you said. He plays in the V, and he has one of the most beautiful cover drives in the thing. That's where he plays. Sometimes you just got. Anyway, you're saying, Kev, sorry, brother.
The only fault I can find in John Campbell, the dismissal, is the fact that he played across the line. A confident John Campbell, when I've seen him play, plays that exact delivery back over the bowler's head.
Yeah.
You understand? But what he was trying to do is, let me see if I can bully Jadeja here. And he went across the line. On a different day, the ball is screamed to the boundary. You understand me?
Let me draw another thing. I know we got to talk about Imlak and Hope and Chase just now. Let me throw this in here. Throwing it in there. Sammy, Do you think that Sammy wants us to play this, and it seems like, and this was coming to, he wants us to play this similar cricket that the English are playing now, and they're going out give the first set of people that played. People, we play that cricket, that was our style naturally. But we don't, at this particular point in time, does Sammy know where we are? We can't.
Look, I mean, two things can be true. Two things can be true, and I don't have a big problem with him wanting to play quote unquote this basketball cricket. As you rightly said, that's something we did before. Even Sri Lanka was into that when you look decades back, right?
Yeah.
They would have been on that thing. Yeah. So I don't mind that. But in playing that type of positive cricket, that's what I want to call it, right? Positive test cricket. It still comes down to decision making. The bad balls will come, you know. You don't need to be doing ridiculous shots and playing across the line to score, let's say, 3 to 4 runs and over. You know, you don't. In one ball, you can score a 2. Another ball, you score another 2. That's 4 runs right there, you know.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Rotating the strike, running hard.
And even getting the singles.
Running hard.
You get 4 singles in an over.
That is why my new favorite team is the Nepalis. I love how they play. I love their hustle. Hey, when they beat up we college team, I love how they play. But Kevin, I know we gotta move.
Yeah, but before Kevin jumps in there. But coming back to Atenes, if I were a sports psychologist, one of the things I would talk to Atenes about is visualizing how he approaches big milestones. 50 is a big milestone.
Yeah.
100 is a big milestone. How many times has Atenes fallen 9 runs,
let's check,
8 runs short of a big score? I don't know.
I think he's gotten 4 half centuries in or 5, but there's a couple of 80s. There's a 90 odd, if I'm not mistaken, against Bangladesh recently.
Yeah, that was. Yep, I remember that one. That one is the one stuck in my head.
90 against Bangladesh.
So it would be good to see what happens when he gets there.
Yeah.
Because as I see it, you know, bowlers, I don't know of any bowler in Test cricket or cricket generally who wants you to score a 50 off of them. They're trying to prevent you from getting to 50. They're trying to prevent you from getting to 100, right?
Yeah.
So as you approach that time, that milestone, right? You have got to be a little more patient, play the percentages even more. So even, you want to play the percentages generally, playing the V, as Walter said, right? Or play straight back down the ground as Tendulkar did, right? But when you get now to that, you're closing in on that milestone. You want to be positive, yes, but again, play the percentages. No time for no sweep shot and no playing across the line and no. The only way you should get out there is a very good ball.
Last episode we did last night, what did I say? Now it's time for individual batsmen to get selfish.
Yeah,
like
Chandler Paul.
Right? Selfish. Milestone is on the horizon. Let me get there. You understand me? Now, imagine if you take that mentality and you're looking at after 40, everything is a milestone. 50 is a milestone, 60 is a milestone, 70, because that's an extra 10 runs on the team score every time you get there.
Yeah.
And you can't put a price on those 10 runs.
Exactly.
So use that Chandapal mentality.
That's what Ian Bishop said, though. Ian Bishop always say he think batsmen should take it in increments of 10 in terms of batting and partnership.
Right?
27 plus 10 is 37.
37 is better than 27. One with you. Anyways, fellas. So one other thing I noticed last night, right? We spoke of the inclusion of Tevin Imlach being a positive thing. It showed in his glove work. And you guys didn't get to see him back, but I enjoyed the little innings that he has played so far, right? Very, very sound. But I enjoyed more the Shea Hope innings. Here is why I enjoyed the Shea Hope innings. We saw how he got bowled down by Kuldeep in the first test, in the first innings, right? Look, going searching for the ball, foot is nowhere, gate open. Kuldeep ran in, disturbed his furniture. Kuldeep spent quite a few overs trying to get him out in the same manner. I saw an adjustment, and I just sat there and I smiled the whole time I was watching Shea Hope to see the adjustment made. And this is what we've been calling for from West Indian batsmen the whole time. Being able to assess how you got out and make the necessary adjustments come the next innings, right? Shea Hope was playing the ball later, right under his eyes. The very same delivery that he got out to, he has turned those into boundary balls. He was creaming Kuldeep through the covers this morning. It was like it looked personal. It looked personal. And that is what we want to see. When these things happen, make it personal. Make it selfish, make it personal. Put a premium on your wicket.
And he has a high strike, the highest strike rate for the West Indies, 6-7.
6-7. I'll tell y'all something else that I noticed. And it's the little things that I usually look for when I watch the boys on field. Shea Hope, coming down to the end of the day's play, Shea Hope and Tevin Imlach were engaged in a mid-pitch conference, right? It lasted maybe about 45 seconds. Within those 45 seconds, there were 4 glove bumps. Every time they made a point to each other, there was a glove bump. That tells me they are locked in. You understand? They are locked in. And I would love to see that same mentality come out tomorrow morning and approach it. Imlach got a ball, middle and leg, second to last ball of the day. Big sweep shot, 4 runs. Harsha Bogle trying to downplay the shot that the man played. Oh, he swept that off his stumps. That was dangerous. Whatever. I admired Sonny Gavaskar for what he did. Sonny said that was a beautiful shot. The opportunity was there. He played positively. The ball was on middle and leg, going down leg side. He chose the right delivery to play the right shot. A lot of commentators I see do this when West Indies are playing. Whether it's England, whether it's India, South Africa, whoever, a West Indian can play a shot. It'll go to the boundary, and the first thing they try to do is downplay how good the shot was.
That was a bad decision.
Yeah.
That we got lucky.
It makes it look like it was lucky.
That is why I keep saying, people say, oh, a good West Indies team is great for the game. None of y'all don't like when we beating y'all. So me care what nobody say. They don't like when we beat
They don't.
So people just talk.
So hats off to Sonny Gavaskar for kind of shushing Harsha Bogle with that nonsense that he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to him. So I'm watching. Ruston.
Anything on the Chase with?
Yes, we're going to talk about Ruston Chase right now. And I don't think Ruston Chase is there mentally. I honestly don't think Ruston Chase is there mentally.
I watched him get into him.
Yeah, I watched him in both innings, how he in the Indian innings, how he captained the side, and he looked like he was just going along with it, right? Just going along with it, going with the flow of the Indians. Comes into bat, 7th delivery, can't decide innocuous delivery, can't decide what he wants to do, and pushes the ball back to Jadeja. It looked like he had 3 different ideas. Do I want to go down the ground? Do I want to go over extra cover? Or do I just want to pat it back down the ground? He ended up doing none of the 3.
Mm.
And you can tell in that moment, that man is not there mentally. He is not. I don't know if y'all are reading the description of his dismissal there.
I'm watching it right now, actually.
In the moment when that dismissal came, Viv Richards and Brian Lara, they panned to them. The cameras went to Viv and Brian. And Brian was doing this, saying, just push the ball back down the ground. That's what it looked like. Mm-hmm. Brian was pissed. Viv was pissed. He gave his wicket away.
You know, something like that tells me it's got to be a mental lapse.
It is.
His mind is, like I said before, I like Roston Chase, but I think him more than anybody in that team needs a good talking to and encouragement and what have you, you know, because he means well. All of them mean well, you know,
yeah.
But the weight of that crest, this thing heavy, you know.
The thing
you got Brian Lara and Garfield Sobers,
Viv Richards,
and Clive Lloyd. As you're talking about the captain.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
In other words, he never even got a chance today to get a start. Because you imagine if he got a start and you got Shai Hope at the other end.
Let me tell you what happened.
Imlak would have been inside there now drinking tea.
When Chase did what he did, Shai Hope got pissed and just turned his back. You could see the expression on his face, and he turned his back. He was so annoyed. And that is from a Shai Hope's point of view, that's what I want to see. Make it personal.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right?
But not personal in a way that it's more there's sympathy there, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Because again, you know, for a batsman to get out, right? In those, 7 balls is not a lot of balls, right? No. You know, things can happen there. Mm-hmm. You know, you're still settling in, you know. And so the bowlers could win that contest, and that was it.
You know, when I'm listening to you guys talking, I'm looking back at the innings and I'm looking back at how people got out, the highlights of it. And I was looking at Mohammad Siraj. Well, Bumrah is a generational talent. I ain't gonna call him. But most of the players, even in the Australia team, they're not much better than our players.
If we play to ability.
If we play, that's what I'm saying. And if we cook them a little more. Our problem is that we gas cut enough, or we could try we own firewood, you know. We ain't gotta do that. We just gotta think. We don't have to do. Listen to me, fellas. The cricket has become this wide, well organized, a whole lot of money, right? Yeah, come on. Something just come on.
Yeah, me and Sam will continue the conversation. Yeah. You were saying, Walter.
So cricket has become this thing where a whole lot of money is in the game. But I still think that as you guys said, and I think Sammy makes this point, not in his exact words, but I think that as a people, the people are not doing enough. I was listening to Ian Bishop, and he said, Shubman Gill, and I think it was Shubman Gill, the amount of work that his father put into his game, and he didn't come from just to make him better. And I don't think that in the Caribbean, whatever sport we play, and all of us can attest it, that we are not putting as much as we can in to our children, understanding the bigger picture. We are just bent on this education thing alone, which I agree, I understand, given the limited resources. But even our education system a lot of times don't reflect that balance. And let's say, for example, somebody wrote 27. We have this discussion, 27 subject, and it's, oh, guy, that's how we are. There's no balance. And another point. So we can do more, but we it's not the big things, it's the little things.
That leads me to what I want to say, right? West Indies cricket is not about talent. It's not even so much about technique. It's about attitude. It's about desire. It's about a willingness to stick it out, however you want to. And the day we can move the conversation from attitude and desire and mindsets and all these things, I think we'll see a better West Indies team. You understand? And when I speak of attitude and desire and mindset and all these things, I'm not talking about the players wholly and solely, right? I'm talking about us as a community, Caribbean community. And you just talked about the role of the parents. You understand me? We have a responsibility to our children to instill that in them. You understand? Now, ultimately, it's up to them to take it on, right? It's up to them. But we have the responsibility to put them in that environment. An environment of toughness, an environment of not accepting less of yourself. You understand? And if you look at where we are today in terms of performances and results, we have a lot of talented players, but what I don't see is that appetite, right? Especially the batsmen. I don't see the appetite. Not because you make a nice 50 here and there or 100 here and there means you got the necessary appetite. I want a Chandapal appetite. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Sachin Tendulkar appetite, a Ricky Ponting appetite, a Brian Lara appetite. When I'm in there, and my appetite could last for a year, 2 years, sustained. What's the last time we had a batsman of that nature? What's the last time? Shivnarine Chandapal. When did we get rid of him unceremoniously? That was what, 2011 or 2012 or what? I think New Zealand one here. You mute, sir.
Yeah, around 2011, I think.
Yeah, right. And I personally thought Shiv could have lasted a few more years. You had a couple of years. Based on where West Indies cricket was at the moment, you still needed a Shivnarine Chandapal.
Oh, actually, 2015.
Well, yeah. I think
2015.
England were coming and we didn't select him.
Well, he played England. His last match was against England at Bridgetown.
Yes.
So interestingly, he started against England
and ended against England.
And ended against England. That's a good thing. But his ODI, the last ODI, was against Pakistan in 2011.
Mm-hmm. So with all that is said and done, and we've seen the struggles of Roston Chase on tour. There's some players are looking like they can't wait to get off this tour. It is hinting at Darren Sammy has lost the dressing room. What are you guys thinking with regards to tomorrow? 140 for 4, right? Set up. Shea Hope is in. Tevin Imlach is in. They're both looking like they can go on and do something special.
I love. Honestly, I being extra. I love 150 from at least from both of them. At least 150.
150 from who? Sorry?
From both. Or even 100.
150 from Imlach and Chaiho.
Yeah.
That's a tall order, but
it's a tall order, but the pitch has no demons.
It's on the pitch. Yeah.
Right?
I put
that's why I'm kind of upset with Chandapal and Athanaze, because this pitch, No, you have to work for your runs. You got to grind it out a little bit, because if you watch the innings that Shubman Gill has played, he didn't go all guns blazing, right? The normal attacking, free flowing innings, that was not that from Shubman Gill, even to Jaiswal, even though but you had to work for your runs. You had to work for your runs. So Atenes and Chandapal have done the hard work. The foundation is laid, right? The ugly duckling part of the innings is gone.
Right. So for me, my expectations for tomorrow, first session, I don't want us to lose more than 1 wicket. That's it. First session, no more than 1 wicket. We get to second session and we work towards avoiding the follow-on.
How much is the follow-on?
It's 300 something.
We got 378 right now. Right?
Follow-on, I think it's 318 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. That would be a big thing if we could avoid the follow-on. I agree with you, Sam. That would be a moral.
So just to get it, like small bites. We said 318, Kevin.
Yeah, I think 318 is the follow-on, because they made 518. I think it's 200. You can't.
Oh,
right.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think 200. If you get anything below 200, in terms of if India has, if you, let's say you make 300, right?
Right.
You got to score above 100 in order for the other team to bat again.
Correct. Yeah.
Not enforce the follow-on.
So, okay.
So they got to score in excess of 380.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Right. Because I was, because in my head, what I'm thinking about now is that we have to put on 178. That's where my mind is. That's why, So in other words, therefore, right, we are 378. You shave off that 178.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so that's, we on the same track. So once we can clear off 178, I would be happy. I mean, for a session, a par score for me, I don't know, on a pitch like this, what we going to say, like
it's a 90.
90, right? 90. So 90, that's 180. That's the minimum. I see that 2 sessions, I'll be happy.
I'm looking at this pitch and I'm thinking we should be able to, if Hope and Imlach play to ability, right? We should be able to bat out the first session without the loss of a wicket. They're capable, right? If we don't lose a wicket, we run the chance of scoring in excess of 120 in that session. The pitch is eased out even more, right? The pitch is eased out even more. That puts us at about 260 thereabout. Yeah,
I mean 4 runs and over, in 4 or 5 runs and over. Because if you look at India second day, India, they were going at a healthy clip.
Oh yeah, they were going at a healthy clip. So
like over 5 runs and over for the day. Because the previous day it was a lot slower, but
all I'm asking them to bat until tea tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is possible. If we bat until tea tomorrow,
thing.
Yeah, it is possible. If we can get Hope and Imlach to bat to tea, right? We are in a healthy position. It's not impossible. Imlach, I'm telling you, they gotta get selfish, bro. They gotta get selfish. Put a premium on your wickets.
Out is a good one.
It's not about scoring runs. If you stay at the wicket, the runs will come. If you go looking for it, you find yourself in problems. The beauty about watching Shea Hope last night was he didn't go looking for anything. In the first test match, he went looking for it. Right? And sometimes when you go looking for shit, you just find it. So
we're looking for a number or message in your woman phone, or vice versa.
Them woman will like search them on phone. That is not my thing,
right? Yeah. We would look at don't search your phone, you go find something. Same thing for me
So,
too. We gotta be balanced.
yeah. So yeah, man. I like I've been saying, this match is a match for the fellas to get selfish. And going forward, I said it when we were about to take on Australia. Let's make ourselves hard to beat. Don't worry about winning just yet. It's like we are starting over, right? Make yourself hard to beat. If West Indies had made themselves hard to beat against Australia, beyond the first 5 innings, the conversation would have been different. Had we made ourselves hard to beat in the first test, the conversation would have been different. We're at the point now where Jeff Boycott is talking about the ICC need to do something about West Indies, possibly, removing them from. And I said to Jeff Boycott, shut the hell up. Apparently, like, his recent memory has deserted him, because when England needed somebody to help them make some money, COVID year, who did they call?
Yeah.
Every time in history of world cricket, people need to make money, they've called on West Indians. So I hope somebody get this to Jeff Boycott. Shut the hell up. Just like Jason Gillespie, shut the hell up. Mind England cricket business. Mind Australia cricket business. Let we mind our business. I will end on that note today. Fellas, it was good having
you. Before you go, I'm glad you mentioned Harsha Bogle.
Yeah.
Has he ever played Test cricket?
No, he hasn't played any damn Test cricket.
He's just a journalist,
just
right?
A journalist.
Well, he might have played some little thing in the backyard or somewhere. Or
I can
somewhere.
go. We can pull up, do a search of him in Cricket Info here, a quick search, and see what he has done for himself in terms of.
So I'm glad you brought it up, because again, fellas, the narratives and the stories, we got to be mindful of them. Anyway,
the follow on is 319, guys.
Yeah, the follow on is 319.
Yeah, so 178 wrong there about. Be good.
Yeah. Anyways, fellas.
All right, cool.
Catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good Saturday. We're going to catch up later.
Cool. Out.